What happened this year? It's Chinese New Year, and it's almost Chinese New Year. Look at this mall, Hanglong Plaza. Even the best mall has no people. Look, why is that? Can you tell me why? I don't understand. On the eve of the Chinese New Year, Xi Jinping went to Liaoning in the northeast for an inspection. The official media created a scene where the local area was decorated with lights, and Xi Jinping was deeply loved by the people. However, commentators believe that the old industrial cities in the three northeastern provinces have fallen into poverty due to population outflow and economic slowdown. Let's talk about this topic today. Current affairs commentator Chen Pekong said that Xi Jinping visited Huludao, Liaoning, in the name of offering condolences to the people affected by last year's flood. The flood happened more than half a year ago, and the post-disaster reconstruction work is almost complete. From the pictures, the on-site layout and interaction with the masses appear more like a carefully planned mass drama. Chen Pekong said that the Northeast is now the poorest region in China, with long-term fiscal deficits. As the central government's fiscal appropriations have dried up, the local area cannot expect substantial assistance. And Xi Jinping's show before the Spring Festival, going to the Northeast, only serves as a gesture of comfort, trying to ease local dissatisfaction. Shenyang is the economic and trade center of the Northeast. Let's take a look at the current situation there. The unemployment rate in Shenyang is terrible now. Basically, women work as online KTV and entertainment anchors, while young men deliver food or do telemarketing. They do this kind of work because Shenyang does not have any particularly large internet companies. In contrast, Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen all have large internet companies, including some super large factories. Although Shenyang is poor, it is better than the surrounding cities. The surrounding cities like Bengxi and Huludao are worse. Many people from these smaller cities have almost all left, and young people have basically moved to Shenyang. They have started competing in the catering, tourism, and service industries because Shenyang has no primary or secondary industries, only the tertiary industry. In Shenyang, you have to accept four realities. First, you can't find a good job at all. Not to mention the pitifully low salary. Earning 4,000 yuan a month is considered good. If you earn 6,000 or 7,000 yuan a month, that's a high salary. Second, the cost of living is too high. Breakfast costs more than 10 or 20 yuan. If you want to have a good meal, a few hundred yuan will be gone. Third, the work pressure is intense. The pressure is so overwhelming that it makes people feel breathless. Every day when you open your eyes, all you think about is making money. Fourth, if ordinary people in Shenyang want to accomplish something, they can't do it without connections. You have to find someone to ask for help, whether it's a big or small matter. Do you think I'm right? Can a bachelor's degree really only get you into a factory in Shenyang? My friend has been unemployed for several months and has submitted hundreds of resumes. He finally found a job with a monthly salary of 4,500 yuan. However, he was fired after 7 days of trial work and didn't receive his salary in the end. I can't believe that a bachelor's degree doesn't even guarantee an interview in Shenyang. It is said that the post-00s are here to reshape the workplace, but now they can't even enter it. If you have a stable job and a decent income, don't change jobs easily, even if the work pressure is high. For ordinary people like us, work is simply a means to maintain a better life. In reality, many jobs are repetitive. No matter what kind of work you do, you will eventually get bored, and changing jobs won't change that. After spending 2 years in Shenyang and changing jobs 3 times, I realized that having a stable job and a fixed income is our greatest dignity. Dalian is an important coastal port city in Liaoning province and the main gateway to foreign trade in northeast China. However, the situation there is also bleak. There are many vacant shops on every street, and even on the once bustling commercial streets, many stores are available for rent or transfer. Blogger Pingji, who has been in the push-pull door business in Dalian for many years, said that this year's business is the worst. Maybe starting next year, many people will truly stop celebrating the Spring Festival. This year may be the last normal Spring Festival for many ordinary people. The Chinese New Year is just a few days away. I remember that in previous years, there were annual gatherings, New Year's shopping, and various lucky draws. It was lively. But now, there is no festive atmosphere outside. I am from Heilongjiang and have been in the sliding door business in Dalian for 14 years. I didn't make any money this year, so I don't feel like going home. There are many other struggles. Businesses in the catering and clothing industries are not doing well, not to mention those who still have jobs. Some have been laid off, and the year-end bonus is out of the question. I expect that next year, people will have even tighter budgets, and for us adults, the joy of the Chinese New Year will come to an end. Blogger Mei Qi said that many people in Dalian are unemployed and under great financial pressure. Now, many small companies have shut down one after another, and even large companies are cutting salaries and laying off employees. Meanwhile, the number of food delivery workers and couriers is increasing, nearing saturation. It has become a case of too many wolves and too little meat. Many people who leave their jobs and can't find suitable employment may resort to driving taxis, booking rides online, or working in food delivery and courier services for a while. Moreover, Dalian is a city with high living costs and low wages, making daily expenses even harder to bear. In other words, now, one person in a company receives one salary but is expected to do the work of 3 people. The pressure is immense, so everyone wants to resign, but they are afraid they won't be able to find another job. As a result, they have no choice but to endure the pressure and keep earning their salary to survive. The continuous decline in industrial output in northeast China and the significant population loss to other provinces have led to a sharp decline in the region's population. The fertility rate has also dropped to the lowest in the country, with an annual decline of up to 30%. The 3 provinces in northeast China are the cradle of China's heavy industry. They were once the most developed areas in the country and had always served as a model for other regions. However, the Northeast is now experiencing a real estate crisis, local government revenue has dropped sharply, and the national economy has slowed down. The rise and fall of the Northeast can be seen from Hegang. Hegang is located in northern Heilongjiang and is a resource-based city that once thrived due to coal but later declined as the coal industry weakened. Without the support of the coal industry, Hegang's economy hit rock bottom. The city remained large, but naturally, no one cared about housing. Housing prices plummeted to the level of vegetables, and people often spent just tens of thousands of yuan to buy an apartment. Media reports stated that in September last year, housing prices in 95 cities across 25 provinces in China were trending toward Hegang-like levels. Even in economically developed regions such as Beijing, Tianjin, Hebei, the Pearl River Delta, and Chengdu, Chongqing, many surrounding cities experienced Hegang-like conditions, with housing prices dropping to just over 100,000 yuan, or even tens of thousands of yuan.
Looking at Adi, Anai, and Amai behind us, they have all gone bankrupt. Do you dare to imagine how difficult it is to do business this year? And it's not just the clothing industry, but the catering industry as well. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you believe it? This is the former Summita Plaza. Let's take a look at the current scene. At 3 p.m. on January 1st, 2025, the last restaurant closed down. All employees have just been dismissed. I promised to settle all wages with them before the 8th. In addition to arrears of water, electricity, rent, and personnel salaries, the total is about 500,000 yuan. I made more than 20 calls half an hour ago and still have no solution. To be honest, I really don't know what to do. There is no hope at all. Half a lifetime of hard work has resulted in a lot of debt. Have you ever seen anyone who has lost millions and still sells his house? I have. Many people say that there is no house that cannot be sold, only a price that cannot be sold. But I have lost so much now. What else can I do? Lower it again? When I bought this house, I paid more than 30,000 yuan as a down payment and 700,000 yuan as a loan. I have paid off the loan for 4 or 5 years and spent more than 200,000 yuan, but I have only paid off the principal of 30,000 yuan. Now the loan is about 670,000 yuan. The price I listed has dropped from more than 900,000 to over 800,000. And now it is down to 720,000. You said that there is no price that cannot be sold, so how much should I lower it? 720,000 yuan minus the remaining loan amount of 670,000 yuan. After the sale, I will only have 50,000 yuan left. And as everyone knows, you have to pay personal tax, value-added tax, and agency fees, each of which costs around 10,000 to 20,000 yuan. I will have almost no money left. Maybe I will even owe tens of thousands more. Isn't this price considered low? Everyone is so poor this year. Our family didn't buy anything except necessities this year. Consumption downgrade? No one at all. Look, my street is almost empty. When we come back after the new year, there will be even fewer physical stores. Can you believe it? It's hard to imagine that I haven't worked for 3 years. At such a young age, I stayed at home every day and didn't go downstairs for up to half a month. If someone had said to me when I was 18, "You know you will do nothing from the age of 21 to 24, I would never have believed it. But now I really haven't worked for 3 years. 2024 ended in a whimper. The media and major institutions have made various predictions about what China's economy will look like in 2025. X account Overseas Breaking News posted today that housing prices in Guangzhou have recently dropped. On December 26th, a developer in Guangzhou sold specially decorated houses at a 30% discount to withdraw cash. The initial registration price was 20,000 RMB per square meter, and the current price is 5,500 RMB per square meter. A total of 88 units were launched and sold continuously. Not only have housing prices in China fallen, but rental prices have also dropped. X account Darren Media pointed out that houses in Beijing cannot be rented out, and no one even wants them when the price is reduced by 20%. Some Chinese netizens reported that the rental price of a second bedroom in Beijing has dropped from the previous 2,000 RMB to 1,400 RMB, a 30% decrease. X's News Invest reported that before the Lunar New Year, 2,000 to 3,000 door and window factories in Foshan were facing a wave of closures. News Survey speculated that China's entire manufacturing industry could shrink by another half by 2025. In addition, Jinping, an expert at the Epoch Times, believes that China is facing a dilemma of running out of stocks, housing, foreign exchange, and debt. Jinping analyzed that China's A-shares will eventually reveal their true nature. Although the A-share index is now over 3,000 points, the economy has not really improved. Instead, the government is using publicity and policies to stimulate people's appetite while maintaining stability through the National Team Fund. As long as the economy reveals its true shape and the conflict between China and the United States intensifies, money flows will inevitably flee. Jinping speculates that China's housing market will continue to decline, and housing prices and transaction volumes will continue to fall. The conflict between homebuyers and developers will also intensify due to delays in home delivery. The RMB exchange rate will also lose value. Reuters previously pointed out that China is likely to devalue the RMB in response to Trump's high tariffs. Although the government hastily denied the rumors, everyone knows the intention. Jinping believes that China's bond market will also be under pressure. The return on investment in Chinese government bonds is falling. The yield on 1-year government bonds has dropped below 1%, and the yield on 30-year government bonds is lower than that of Japan. This is an extremely dangerous phenomenon. Interest rates are rent, and the fall in government bond yields means China's economic outlook is less than rosy and optimistic.